Welcome to the National Council of Firefighters Credit Union podcast, where we explore essential topics impacting the credit union industry. I'm your host, Grant Sheehan, CEO of the National Council of Firefighter Credit Unions, and today we're discussing a critical subject, the importance of understanding the Bank Secrecy Act, or what is referred to as BSA, for the credit union board members. I'm thrilled to be joined this morning by Bonnie Sinsing, prior CEO and now Executive Vice President of Nashville Firemen's Credit Union. She brings a wealth of knowledge about compliance and governance to the credit union sector. Thank you for being here today, Bonnie.
Thank you, Grant. I'm really excited to discuss the BSA and its implications for credit union governance.
Well, that's great. So let's go ahead and get started. And for those who are not really sure about the Bank Secrecy Act, explain a little bit about what the Bank Secrecy Act is and its purpose.
Absolutely. The BSA requires financial institutions to assist government agencies in detecting and preventing money laundering and other financial crimes. It mandates reporting certain transactions, and it has established guidelines for record keeping.
Well, how about what are some of the key requirements of the BSA that credit unions need to be very much aware of?
Credit unions must implement a robust anti-money laundering AML program. They have to report suspicious activity through suspicious activity reports, also known as SARS, and maintain proper documentation on certain transactions. Those are usually reported through a CTR. Compliance is critical for protecting the institution and its members.
What responsibilities do credit union board members have in relation to the BSA compliance?
Board members are responsible for ensuring that a credit union has effective policies and procedures in place for BSA compliance. They should regularly review reports and report compliance efforts and ensure appropriate training for staff.
What kind of liabilities might a director face if the credit union fails to comply with BSA requirements?
That's a great question because I get it from my board from time to time. If a credit union isn't compliant, directors can face significant legal repercussions, including fines and penalties. There also can be a reputational harm to the credit union, which can affect member trust and business operations.
How does the understanding of BSA requirements enhance the overall board governance?
Well, when board members are well versed in BSA requirements, they can make informed decisions that align with compliance standards. Understanding fosters a culture of compliance throughout the organization, which is essential for long-term sustainability.
What can board members do to ensure they stay informed about the BSA requirements?
Annual training is absolutely the key. Boards should participate in workshops and seminars focused on BSA compliance. Also, they should be regularly consulting with compliance officers or legal advisors to ensure that they are aware of changes in regulation. Grant, it's important for board training to be specific to their knowledge and regulatory requirements. Their training is not the same as frontline staff. This is a common mistake that credit unions make in regard to training their board. The First Responder Credit Union Academy is a fantastic source and has an excellent BSA training module.
Well, thank you. What are some of the best practices for credit union boards to promote a culture of compliance regarding BSA?
It starts at the top. Starts with leadership. Boards should prioritize compliance discussions and meetings. They need to establish clear policies and also encourage open communication about compliance challenges. Recognizing and rewarding adherence to compliance practices can motivate the staff to take them seriously.
How can understanding BSA requirements, the board understanding BSA requirements, improve the credit union's relationship with its members?
Members certainly don't understand the BSA and all their requirements. They never like any sort of reporting to happen with their name on it. So if they become aware of, like the currency transaction report, they should never know about the SAR. SAR is 100% confidential. But a strong compliance posture reassures members that their financial institution is professional, responsible, and trustworthy. And sometimes involving members in discussions about their rights and how the credit union protects them can enhance their sense of security and loyalty.
Very good, very good. As we move into some of our final thoughts, what advice do you have for credit union directors regarding their understanding of BSA requirements that they need to take away from this presentation?
Well, my main piece of advice is to prioritize education and emphasize specific job-related training. Embrace your fiduciary duty to ensure compliance, and never hesitate to ask questions or seek guidance whenever you're uncertain. This is a serious regulation and should never be taken lightly.
Very good, very good. Well, listen, Bonnie, I would like to thank you for sharing your insights on the importance of understanding the BSA requirements for credit union board members specifically. Your experience provides great clarity for our listeners. Before we conclude, I'd like our audience to connect with you. How would they be able to do it?
Well, Grant, I was happy to be here today. Anyone liking to discuss this topic further is welcome to go through. Of course, you and the council. I know Grant will always forward your information, and I'll respond as soon as I can. Or my personal email is the best option. It's bonniesensing@gmail.com. That is spelled BONNIESENSING@gmail. Please feel free to reach out. I'm happy to discuss this further with anyone.
Well, thanks again, Bonnie, for being with us. And I thank you to our listeners for tuning into this episode of the National Council of Firefighters Credit Union podcast. If you find this discussion insightful, please subscribe and follow our podcast for more important conversations about governance and the credit union industry. Visit our First Responder Credit Union Academy under the Education tab at www.ncofcu.org. Until the next time, let's continue to learn and grow together as we navigate the world of credit union.